I reckon it's time we move on to our second segment. We're going to talk about football. We're going to talk about soccer. We're going to talk about
Yeah.
soccer, football,
Premier League.
the Premier League. First thing, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about for the first
What do
time?
I want to talk about? Let's just go off the match days this weekend. I watched like 80 minutes of the Chelsea game. Missed the first 10 minutes because
I mean, yeah, we were playing
I was
clubs.
busy. I mean, we were playing clubs. It was very fun. We got the dub.
Yeah, we got the dub. Just me and you.
Yeah, we told you, OJ, we could do it. But yeah, Chelsea versus Leicester. A really good first half from Chelsea. Rudiger obviously showing the big man that he is. Absolute legend. And then we have a good goal by
Kante.
It's Kante. That was a really nice solo goal. The way he just placed it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting it from the little man, but he really came through. And then we had Pulisic and Ziyech, the chemistry they had after the substitute. Bang, scored a goal. Ziyech played brilliantly. I don't get why. I get why like he's benched obviously because of rotation, but he's also not playing that much in the Premier League. I think we could really utilize his skills. He's got really good vision. He could make so many through balls, and Pulisic as well scored an actual goal.
He looks a bit like a slender man though. Like his arms are like really like.
Who Ziyech?
Yeah. Nah. I mean, I watched like the first half. I watched like the first like 35 minutes. Jorginho was very good. He was very good.
He did play well. He did.
He moved the ball up the field, made progressive passes, was in the right spots. He was very good. I didn't watch the second half because I woke up to watch the Arsenal-Liverpool game, which unfortunately for the not so mighty Gunners, it was not that great. It was just it was interesting because the first 30 minutes, it was solid. It was kind of like, kind of balanced on both sides, I'd have to say. And then Arteta made a horrible mistake, which really was, I just get not smart from him. He like started a fight with Klopp and like at Anfield, like the game was, the first like 20 minutes, it was like the crowd was there, like the crowd was like killing it and they were like trying to motivate the players. But then there was like a 10-minute period where it was like kind of like quiet and like everyone was focusing on the game. And that's if it would have stayed like that, maybe for another 15 minutes going into halftime, maybe we can score a goal and lead. I don't know. But we definitely wouldn't have, I don't think we would have conceded so soon if Arteta doesn't start fighting Klopp, who then like yells at everyone to get out their seats and, you know. But,
I think it ruined the game, really. Like, after that, you could tell all the atmosphere had really gone because the Arsenal players obviously didn't want to... Like, they're already getting shit for being an Anfield. They know they're coming there, the weaker side. And then when their own manager's picking a fight with Liverpool, it just shows that you've got everyone against you, like, already, and then you just... As if he weren't enough giving enough stick, he just received more. And I think that was a nail in the coffin, really, for that game.
I'd have to agree.
I think.
Should we move on
to?
to?
Doesn't have enough experience as an Arsenal manager. I think he's done okay for the last two year or two, but he needs to Steven Gerrard today. Got his first win with Aston Villa, but he went from Rangers, absolutely destroyed it there. Did such a good job as a manager, and I think if Arteta had that same chance, that same experience, he'd come back to the Prem with a better.
Yeah, true. But like, if Arsenal were to get rid of him, who would replace him? Plus, I don't think now's the best time to replace him, just because it's looking like, other than this one game, it's looking like it's starting to come together.
Yeah, you could bring Ollie.
Hell yeah! So talking about Ollie, we're talking about Ollie out. Yeah, it's an interesting situation because the Glazers, as of recording, the Glazers have not like agreed because it's their final decision, but the board has said that he's gone. Thoughts, feelings, observations, you know?
Well, I saw definitely last week he said he was definitely like adamant that he was refusing to leave, and he said like, give me one more chance. And I think, look, he hasn't done this season's been absolute shambles. I'm not gonna say he's done well this season. But last two seasons, I think he finished second and third, which isn't terrible given that Man United side was doing absolutely, like, it was getting fourth and fifth ever since Fergie left. haven't been able to find their form, in my opinion. Well, obviously because they've been rebuilding, they had new talents, a lot of old players left. But I think when they got second and third for the first time in years, I think that's what made people believe in Ole, and that's why people are just kind of you get to see him go because they want to see a manager that can really fight for Manu. Manu's a huge brand over the world, and it's important for them to be succeeding because then they get that exposure, they get their fans. But I think look, if I was a Man U fan, obviously I don't want Ole out, but I'm currently Ole in because he's good for the rest of the clubs. But this Watford game, this just showed to anyone who had any last kind of wanted him in this game. Kind of showed it to me. A red card for Maguire.
It's 2 yellows in like 7 minutes, which is so poor. Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch the game.
Yeah.
But the defending on that last goal was atrocious.
Oh my god, yes.
So bad. Foster just booted it up the field. And I don't know, who did they sub on? Did they sub anyone on for Maguire? No, they didn't. They subbed on Dalot for Shaw. They subbed on Dalot for Shaw, so then they played a back three of Lindelof, Shaw, and Wan-Bissaka.
Wasn't a smart move. Why would you sub on? I would take off someone like a midfielder. I think if they started Fred and McTominay. Were they playing Fred in that game? I would have subbed off one of them.
They played Matic and McTominay, but they subbed off McTominay earlier.
I would have taken off Matic actually, just because I would have taken off Matic. I would have kept McTominay on.
I mean, I don't know. No, they already subbed off McTominay for Donny van der Beek, who actually scored.
Yeah, he did well.
Scored the last goal in the Ole era, which is, people have been saying it's ironic.
Yeah,
it's funny. But yeah, man, I guess that's all we're going to talk about for football today. We want to keep it nice, short, and sweet.
Just want to say one last thing about football. I think, look, always one of the icons of the Premier League won Man United UCL in was it 99? But I think just the treatment of Ole by the Man United fans, I think, has been really appalling. Like it's huge stress being a manager. I think. Yes, he deserves the amount of stick he's received, but there's like giving someone like shit because they deserve it, but then going too far. Like he warrants the shit, but I think some United fans just taking it way too far, and it's taken a toll on him. I can tell. Like they think maybe I don't know what people think, but they think kind of criticizing someone will obviously maybe inspire them. But I don't think they work with that. I think. As he had one bad game and it kind of spiraled out of effect, but I just don't think it did exactly the nicest treatment. And I think, it's just kind of sad. I guess I wouldn't want to treat my manager the way that Man U treated theirs.
Fair, I get that. I get that. I just think that, like, it's for a while now. It's kind of been like, like he's taken them as far as they can go, and they've known that probably for like a year and a half now. And then it's like they have a really bad spell, and then he pulls off something new. He buys a player, not really buys a player, but he changes formation and he does something new, and then that gets him out of it. And he tried it now with the 3-5-2, and it didn't work. It worked for one game against Tottenham, but Tottenham's Tottenham. Shitters, mate.